Welcome, everyone, to the Mental Health for the Holidays virtual series. My name's Nathan, and we are All of Us Wisconsin.
Hello, my name is Taquanda. I'm from AOU at the Medical College of Wisconsin.
Hi, I'm Samantha. I'm from All of Us at University of Wisconsin-Madison.
Hello, my name is Luke, and I am with All of Us at Gunderson and Lacrosse.
And I'm from Marshfield Clinic in Marshfield, Wisconsin, and we are all a part of All of Us Wisconsin. We hope this virtual series provides tools and awareness to help you enjoy the holidays to the fullest. The All of Us research program is dedicated to understanding mental health as an integral part of health. And please go to joinallofus.org to learn more about the All of Us research program. And stay tuned as we expand on different topics of mental health following this short video.
What lies inside all of us is more than data, it's life. What's flowing through America's veins is its diversity. And it's those very differences that will lead to answers for generations to come.
Good afternoon. Many of us spend all year looking forward to the holiday season with all kinds of festive traditions to shore up spirits through the cold weather. Unfortunately, it isn't always smooth sailing. There are many things that can cause stress, anxiety, and conflict over the holidays. Through this series, we'll be exploring a number of topics that affect mental health specifically over the holidays, with the hope that you can have a safe and happy festive season. We've all been separated for so long. For many of us, this will be the first time seeing family in a long time. And although we have all had the tools to keep in touch, there's nothing like a hug from your family. What some of these tools can hide, though, especially with older adults, is changes in memory and thinking over time. For others who are expecting cognitive changes in themselves or loved ones in their care, the holiday can be overwhelming. And it's hard to balance the excitement and holiday cheer with the special needs of the people we love. Today, we are excited because we have a very special guest, Stephanie Houston. We are looking to her for advice on enjoying the holidays with loved ones who suffer from Alzheimer or dementia. Stephanie Houston works as a senior outreach specialist at the Wisconsin Alzheimer's Institution. Thank you for joining us today, Stephanie.
Thank you for having me.
If you don't mind, can you tell us a little bit more about yourself and maybe a little bit why this topic is so important to you?
Well, I'm Stephanie Houston. I'm Senior Outreach Program Coordinator for the Wisconsin Alzheimer's Institute Regional Milwaukee office. And Alzheimer's and dementia is very important to me because I work specifically with those who are living with a form of dementia and their loved ones. And I have been committed for over the last 12 years in our community to making sure that families in our community gain access to healthcare and resources for support. To actually have the opportunity for these families and individuals to share their journey with us is a very humbling experience. And it gives me an honor and a privilege to be able to serve in the community and to work with these families who are on this journey. And so for over the last 10 years, I have been a part of an interdisciplinary team at one of our affiliated Wisconsin Alzheimer's Institute Dementia Diagnostic Clinics, Milwaukee Health Services. I work with the team there where I meet with individuals who come in for evaluation along with their caregivers and try to connect them with resources for support. I also do an in-home assessment program where I go into the homes and do screenings trying to detect cognitive changes with individuals and trying to make sure that they get connected with the right healthcare providers so that they can get evaluated and treated. And then I get to participate in some of our wonderful outreach programs that raise awareness, reduce stigma, and also help others to gain access to resources in our community. The experience here with the WAI Regional Milwaukee office has been just simply amazing. So thank you so much for having me be a part of the program today.
Well, we are certainly lucky to have you, and that's a very impressive resume. Yes, ma'am. So, obviously the holidays are just right around the corner. I mean, there's, it's time to get the turkey and trees and whatever people, how they spend their holidays. But as people start letting families back in and gathering together, help us understand, if you can, what are some good ways for us to look at, what are some key ways to look out for changes in our loved ones that we haven't seen in a while, and to the point where you would recommend that they would need some sort of memory screening?
Right. One thing that I stress to family members is I say, don't attempt to diagnose this yourself. Leave that to the clinicians, to the professionals. But there are some sometimes subtle changes or signs that you may see with your loved one. Things such as just them finding it hard to remember things. And all of this requires that you spend some quality time with your loved ones during this time. You may notice they might be frequently misplacing things. They put down something and they can't remember where they put it, misplacing keys, or actually maybe accusing that someone else has taken something for them. Also, they may have difficulty with just holding a conversation, or during the conversation with them, they'll ask the same questions or repeat the same statements over and over again. They may be confused about the date, the time, the place, the year. These are some things that, of course, would definitely you begin to question, what's happening. You might notice your loved one might become more anxious, they're more anxious or worried about things, or you may see a change in their mood or personality. They may appear angrier or depressed. Also, are they on a routine? Are they able to carry out their daily living activities? Some other things that family members can look for, and when I talk about that routine, getting up, preparing their meals, getting themselves ready for the day. Are they taking their medication? Do you know that they have stockpiles of, unopened medication? Notice that, they're not really cooking like they used to. So these are just some of the subtle changes I'd say to family members to kind of watch out for. You may see some bills that are piling up, or notices that, bills haven't been paid. So those are things that they can take a look out for.
Very good. Thank you for those excellent suggestions. In the beginning, I thought you might be talking about me. No, because I'm at the point where I'm missing where I left my car in the parking lot, but I obviously know it's much, much more than that. So we thank you for those tips. How can primary caretakers prepare their extended family for changes in loved ones, and how the holiday is celebrated?
Yeah, I always say it's always a good thing that before loved ones come for a visit, that whoever is that primary caregiver, just, in a very kind and personable way, let them know if there's been some, cognitive changes, some decline, or, even if there's been some decline in mobility, so that people don't go to the home with expectations, these high expectations or over expectations. I kind of look at them as. So I think it's always good to have a conversation with family members that there have been, you know, some changes, but definitely so that when they do come, you know, that they aren't, you know, so overwhelmed by the change that they may see in their loved ones. So it's always good to just have, you know, a conversation with loved ones before they come to the visit, so they can be aware that there have been either cognitive changes or changes in function.
But when we have those celebrations, what's the best way for that extended family to support the caregiver during those times?
Oh, yes. You know, one of the things that I say, you know, it is wonderful for family to come together, but be mindful. If there's been a primary caregiver who's been doing a lot of the work from, you know, that's the daily caregiving, taking care of that person, cooking meals, it's great to have family members who come and give that caregiver a break. They need a break. You can do just even the most subtle things, from, you know, cooking a meal, coming and having lunch, bringing over dinner, allowing the caregiver to go and have some me time and spending time with their loved ones, and maybe just getting involved with some of the day-to-day caregiving. That is a thing that sometimes people, I hear from other caregivers, they're like, you know, my sister came to visit and, you know, and they just came over for a visit, but, you know, I was still there and still doing all of the caregiving and trying to, you know, make the holidays festive. And that can be very stressful for the caregiver. And of course, then that type of stress actually, you know, goes on to the person who you're caring for, because you're trying to do all these things,
right,
just to make sure everything is in place and festive and beautiful, but they need some help.
I imagine too, give them permission to take a break, right? Go ahead, take that break.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and next question I'd like to ask is, what additional advice do you have for people whose lives are affected by Alzheimer's disease and dementia, especially as we move into this entire festive season?
You know, I say it's just so important that people really be able to spend quality time with loved ones. And it's okay if a person may feel a bit overwhelmed. And that can happen. That can happen both for the person living with as well as the caregiver. So I think what's really, really important is really just trying to maintain a routine, and also not to overdo it. I think sometimes, you know, we all have to recognize our limitations. And so it's okay. I think it's good for the caregiver to, you know, be mindful in regards to maybe the amount of guests who might come over to the home, and maybe try to tailorize some of the visits where, you know, maybe a friend who's a close person to kind of, you know, craft out some one-on-one time. I think it's really important that we just try to stay open to, one, you know, holidays are all about traditions, but we can create new traditions. And for the person who's living with, just be, you know, patient with themselves, that sometimes the festivities can be a little bit overwhelming, but I think it's very important that we just try to keep things simple, try to do activities at our ability, you know, not try to do things that would just overwhelm or cause too much stress. And so we really want to make sure that during this holiday season, that we are creating moments of joy and peace, and then that we are staying in the moment, being present. But I say for those who are living with, it's just important just to cherish the time that you spend with loved ones. Yes.
Absolutely. No wonder you have been sought after. You are amazing with your information. I really enjoy the tips about giving caregivers a break, keeping those who are suffering memory challenges, some one-on-one time. And I just really adore the thought of, obviously everything doesn't always go our ways, right, during the holidays. And you're saying it's okay, create some new traditions, right?
Exactly.
And just embrace it all and enjoy one another. So I can't thank you enough for being a part of this today. Is there, if someone wants any additional information, is there a website or reading materials or something that you would recommend for someone that might be interested in learning more?
I think for those who are interested in learning more, there is a renowned individual, Teepa Snow, who has a lot of great helpful tips on the holidays and caring for your loved one. And also the Alzheimer's Association will also have some information on their website, I'm sure, about how to navigate the holidays as well. So definitely some of those helpful blogs, caregiver blogs, can also provide some good, helpful tips and tools on how to navigate these holidays. But like I said, it's so important that we try to create moments of meaning and purpose with our loved ones. Keep things subtle, keep them simple, and meaningful and full of joy.
Well, we thank you so much for your time, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and happy holidays.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. Happy holidays to you too.
Thank you.